Check 1, 2. No sound. Okay. Fuck my life. Check 1, 1, 2. Check 1 and 3. Check and 4. We got sound, we got picture. I wish my streams didn't have to start like this, but whatever. Well, I'm gonna make sure we got sound. Cool. Awesome, peeps. Thanks for joining me here. I hope everyone had a good weekend. By the way, I should look in the camera. For anybody that just happens to show up, because that happens when I do a live thing. Sometimes people just wander in off the fucking street that don't have any idea who I am. And they're like, who's this asshole? When is he going to get to the point? I'm Eric. Welcome to the Death Twitch. And we're just going to do a live stream and chill out on a Sunday. And we're going to enjoy some old school horror. We're going to give it, I don't know, we'll give it 9-10 minutes, whatever. Let everyone get in and settled. I'm sorry, I'm over here reading the chat. I'm going to put the chat somewhere better. Pop that chat right out. There we go. We're all getting settled in here. Yeah, so let everybody get your drinks, get your joints rolled up, and whatever else you need, and get out. No, I haven't seen that yet. I really want to. I was gonna go last night, but I was pretty beat from having editing. So here's what we're gonna do, guys. Well, I'll fill you guys in while everybody gets settled in. Well, we're gonna take a trip back in time. We're gonna go back to, man, before TV, man, before, The Walking Dead, before cell phones, before, man, I don't know, everything. We're going to go back to 1943, and then we're going to go even further back, actually, because this other one on the other side is 1939. And we're going to listen to Murder Castle, Lights Out radio horror program from back in the day, man, back when you had to sit around the radio. You have to sit around the radio. You know what? We're doing this because, there was something nice about just thinking about back then, how simple and everything. Just chilling around the radio by the candlelight with your family. Yes, I will turn the lights out here in a minute. We'll make it darker. Yeah, I heard that Ted Paxton died. Welcome, everybody, by the way. Well, I'm glad you guys all showed up. I see all the usual suspects here. So I bought this at a record store because as soon as I saw it, I was like, dude, fucking gotta have that. And I listened to it one time, but I was doing something else. I was actually working on a project, so I kind of wasn't paying full on attention. And that was over a year and a half ago, so I don't really remember. So this will kind of be fresh for me again. But anyway, I am having, let's see, I'll show you. Sam Adams Boston Lager is what I'll be consuming tonight. Maybe a few other things, a few other surprises. What are you guys drinking or consuming out there? You better be having something. You wine people, hopefully you've got a fresh bottle open. And all you raging alcoholics out there, hopefully you got your shots ready to go, lined up. Oh, here we go. Oh no, Lindsay, the horror horror, says she misses beer. You can have beer, can't you? I guess not when you're babysitting a kid or taking care of a kid. Put the kid down and put a beer up. Is what I say. Kevin with hair's got he's got hair and Fireball. Awesome. Rum and Coke for James. Excellent, guys. Awesome. Kurt Carl says, get Disraeli Gears by Cream on vinyl. Sure thing, if I can find it. I actually, look, I'll show you. I got this recently. Black Sabbath's first album. Had to have it. Oh, I shouldn't slam my albums down like that. Oh, right. See, now that's why I wouldn't make a good mom, Lindsay. Because, you know, I would if I was a breastfeeding mom, my kid would, well, he'd be enjoying some Boston Lager. Can I talk like Rob Zombie? What does Rob Zombie talk like? I don't know what that means. Like when he says, well, the way he sings, get on the up, down, on the inside and out. He just pairs up opposites and that's his lyrics to his upside on the inside, on the right, up, down. Yeah. That's a Rob Zombie song. I like Rob Zombie, by the way. They finished shooting the new Chucky movie. My thoughts are that so far it looks like it's going to be cheap, and I hope that's not the case. Anyway, yep, it's called Cult of Chucky. We shall see. So, I did... Alright, let's turn the lights out and I say we should listen to a spooky story read to us by Boris Karloff, I think. What do you guys think? You ready for a spooky story? I'm ready for a 1940s spooky story. Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll take a little break in between when we flip the album and answer some more questions. But in the meantime, let me set the mood. Like I said, get your beers ready. I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do. Oh. Alright, man. So, I actually have not tested the sound or anything on this. You guys are just going to have to let me know in the chat if it sounds loud enough and all that. What's up, Dino? Welcome to the show, man. You should love this. I say we should get going. It's kind of weird, awkward doing it from this side. Okay. Here we go. Started playing Smoke on the Water.
Everybody. It is later than you think.
If you guys can't hear it very well, let me know. I'll put the mic closer.
Brings you stories of the supernatural, the supernormal, dramatizing the fantasies and the mysteries of the unknown. We tell you this frankly, so if you wish to avoid the excitement and tension of these imaginative plays, we urge you calmly, but sincerely, to turn off your radio now.
What? They're telling us to turn it off, guys. It's going to be too scary.
Obler. Tonight for Ironized East, one of those chilling stories so many of you like. Its title, Murder Castle. But before we begin, Frank Martin with a question. You know that without food you couldn't live.
These people are all dead.
Vitamins and minerals in your food, you may feel only half alive. If that's how it is with you, if you're losing weight, losing your pep and ambition, and if vitamin B1 on an iron shortage is what's to blame, then listen. Ironized yeast tablets give you both vital substances, vitamin B1 plus iron. Today,
I took my vitamins, so I'm good to go.
very short on these substances tell how ironized yeast help them regain glorious depth and strength and needed pounds, so now they can really enjoy life again. Remember that name, ironized yeast tablets. And now, lights out.
Oh, shit.
Everybody.
If I get scared, will you guys comfort me?
I tell you, Captain, it don't make sense. We picked her up walking down the street saying the same thing over and over again. Why, she's as goofy as Nick, I tell you. Listen to her yourself. Revenge, revenge, revenge. Yeah, listen to her, Captain. Over and over again. Such a young and pretty girl. What could have driven her out of her mind like that, I ask you?
Revenge, 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 revenge.
That's what I do when I'm jerking it. Revenge. Sorry. I've ruined the suspense.
Yes, what is it?
Igor.
I'm looking for Mr. Henry Stewart, if you please.
Oh, you mean about the advertisement?
Yes, that's right. I got here as soon as I could.
That's all right, as long as you got here, that's all that matters. Come in.
Oh, thank you.
Just put your suitcase down there. It'll be all right.
Thank you.
Now, if you'll come right this way.
Thank you.
Just step in here, Miss,
Malone. Ella Malone.
Oh, yes, of course, Miss Malone. Now then, you'll have a chair, please.
Thank you.
There we are. Now then, Miss Malone, to be perfectly frank with you, I wasn't quite expecting you today.
Oh, I'm truly sorry, Mr. Stewart. But you see, I took the wrong train and I had the hardest time finding the house. I do hope you'll forgive me.
Of course.
Are we in the
Don't give
murder
another
castle?
thought. Promptness may be a virtue, but we all can't be virtuous, now can we?
I
Now
guess
then,
not.
you're here in answer to my advertisement.
Yes, sir, you wrote me.
Oh, yes, of course. You're the young lady from,
It's gonna turn into porn. Wow, wow. You can't see it, but you just hear them like, going at it.
Oh, yes, sir. Right here, sir.
right, yes. Now then, your friends know you...
40s kids.
There's no one very much interested, Mr. Stewart.
Oh, come now. A pretty young girl like you, no young beaux, and so on, so on.
No, sir, there's no one. I mean, sir, you can depend on me to give all my attention to my work.
Very commendable.
Yeah, I've seen
Very
porns that start like
commendable
this.
indeed. My work, as I wrote you, is entirely confidential. My philanthropies are, to a great extent, entirely sub rosa, no fuss, no feathers. You understand what I mean?
Oh, yes, sir.
As my secretary, my affairs will be entirely in your hands. My checking account, my finances, and so on, entirely in your care.
I understand, sir.
It's quite a responsibility, and you're quite a young woman. And as I wrote you, with a bank.
Oh, yes, sir, I understand. The bond, I brought the money for it, $300. I've got it right here, sir.
Oh, fine. That's very
$300 was a lot back then.
I'll give you a receipt, and there we'll be.
Mr. Stewart.
Yes? Oh, my pen. Oh, yes, here we are.
My money, will I get it back from the bank any time I leave your employ? I mean, when you want me to?
Hmm? Oh, yes, of course. Now then, here we are. Received of Miss Nellie Malone.
Ella.
Oh, yes, of course, Ella. Memory isn't quite what it used to be. That's why I need a good secretary.
I'm very good at remembering.
Backwards. I don't think I've ever done that. I don't want to fuck with my records that way. I'm afraid.
Yes, this receipt is in good order. Received of Miss Ella Malone.
Yeah, we're listening to dead people.
$300
That
to be deposited
makes it
with the
scarier.
Merchants Bank as
They're
soon as
ghosts
possible.
now. Sorry.
And to be returned to said Ella Malone upon request. There's my signature. Now then, how's that?
I'm sure that'll do very well, sir.
Now, you have got my receipt, but I...
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Not at all.
Of course, I have it right here. I am sorry.
Oh, well, I understand the excitement of your trip.
Here it is, Mr. Stewart. You see, I had it already in an envelope. Now, if you'll open
Oh,
it...
no, not at all. Bank can do that when I send it to them in the morning. Now,
When are we gonna get to the horror?
I'll show you
Where's the murder?
Yes, Mr. Stewart.
Now,
I need some murder.
Right up these stairs.
Yes.
Oh, up the stairs. Shit. That's where it goes down. Up
Oh,
the
yes,
stairs.
you find I have quite a place here. 3 stories high, and every inch of it my own design.
Rather dark.
Oh, careful now, careful.
I'm all right.
Mustn't hurt yourself. Hardly the way to start a new job, is it? Now then, here we are. Got a nice room for you, very nice. Fact of the matter is, you can choose any room on this floor.
But, Mr. Stewart, your daughters.
Daughters?
Yes, won't they object? You said
Oh, yes, my daughters. I did
Uh-oh.
write you about them, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I think they're vampires.
Never mind about them.
Or cannibals.
They're upstairs studying. Now, right here. I suggest that you take this room, at least for the night.
Whatever you say, Mr. Stewart.
Get the light on here. There we are. Nice, isn't it?
I've never had such a large room. If you've got one a little smaller.
On the contrary, my dear Miss Malone, you'll find
Oh,
this one
no.
small enough. Perhaps a little too small. Yes, indeed. Entirely too small.
But, Mr. Stewart.
I'd rather not go downstairs than upstairs, I think.
Door.
There's no escape
Mr.
downstairs.
Stewart, why did you... Mr. Stewart, why did you lock the door? Mr. Stewart. Mr. Stewart, why have you shut me in here? Mr. Stewart, please answer me.
Oh, he caught himself another one.
Please let me out of here. Mr. Stewart, please let me out of here.
She's still in that room to this day.
Mr. Stewart, let me out.
Settle down, lady. Drama queen.
Yes, Miss Nord. There's no doubt in my mind at all that you're the very person I want to employ as my housekeeper.
I'm very glad to hear that, Mr. Stewart.
Of course, the matter of being housekeeper of a place as large as mine calls for definite qualities, you understand, of course.
I'll always do my best, sir.
Well, one certainly can't ask for more than that, no, indeed.
Your wife, maybe she'd like to talk to me.
My wife? Oh, yes, of course, I wrote you about my wife, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Well, my wife is out shopping. As soon as she returns, you will meet her. I'm sure she'll find your recommendations as satisfactory as I did.
Makes sense.
No!
I've always wanted to work in
The
a
shape.
fine house.
Now, about money.
Or any salary you want to pay me, Mr. Stewart. It's all right. I just want a chance to show you how good I can do your work.
Very commendable, yes, indeed, very commendable. But we must agree on a salary. I'm the sort of man who has respect for money and expects a similar respect in others. Oh, yes, and speaking of money, you'll be wanting to open a new bank account, I suppose.
Bank account?
Yes, it's my principle that everyone employed by
Yeah, you
me
had to-
should have a savings account.
You had to use your imagination a little bit back
I'll
then.
open an account for you in the morning. You can transfer any other bank accounts you have back in your hometown up to my bank. Convenience, you know.
Oh, no, sir, I haven't got that.
Hmm?
I hadn't any money in the bank back home. I took it all out.
Oh.
Wasn't much anywhere. What was left of Father's insurance money after my mother died.
Oh, yes. Well, now then, supposing you leave all your things here and we'll go look over the house.
That'll be very nice.
Here, right through this door.
So what's happening?
I'd be glad to be working in such a big house.
Right this way. Oh, yes, quite an establishment here. Designed it all myself.
I work hard, Mr. Stewart.
Oh, yes, I'm certain you will. Now then, right down these stairs.
Now we're going down the stairs.
I'll show you everything downstairs.
Told you not to go downstairs.
Washing machine?
Huh? Oh, yes. Everything modern, everything convenient. High, wide basement. There you are. Now, watch yourself. It's just a little dark down here this time of day.
Oh, it is a big basement, all right. Could hang up plenty of washing down here.
Oh,
Is he gonna lock her down there?
Now, if you'll just come this way.
You building something down here?
Building? Oh, yes, indeed. Always building, always changing.
Don't mind the people chained to the walls.
Always changing things.
Hard to keep clean.
Now, don't you worry about that. Everything will be cleaned up in short order. Bags of sand and concrete mixer, everything will be out of the way, won't bother you at all. No, not at all. Now, right this way.
I don't trust
You're
him.
making more room?
Oh, yes, indeed. With nice, clean concrete floors. Here, look at this one.
Kind of dark.
Oh, come on, get closer. All my own work. You see, the floor is still wet. I like concrete, don't you?
Yes, it is clean.
Yes, covers everything. You know how deep that concrete is? 3 feet deep. Yes, ma'am, 3 feet deep. And I just poured it an hour before you honored me with your presence.
Uh-oh.
3 feet.
Three
To
feet?
make a mighty thick slab of stone, won't it, Miss Nord?
That'd suck to just
Thick
be like
enough to cover you.
pushed into like a bunch of cement and then you're just in there.
Indeed.
Like what if like
This
maybe
to
they
the
do that
point
in the
that
mob?
you're still a most effective
Put people in
submarine.
cement. If you're just in the
You're
sidewalk,
quite a
that would
light
suck.
woman, my dear Miss Nord. Up you go, and in you go. Face down. What an unusual bed you lie in, Miss Nord. Sinking down and down and down. And the concrete will harden, and I guess I will have to get myself a new housekeeper.
Why did he do that? Oh, I'm so scared, guys. There was a gong. I think I pooed.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's lean back now and relax for a moment. Let's take time out from tonight's amazing Lights Out story. The story of a strange, mysterious mansion and the one woman who entered those doors and was never seen alive again. Let's turn during this brief intermission to a much more everyday situation.
Now they're going to
And
advertise
a question that's much
vitamins
easier to
again.
answer. An angry girl is storming out of her friend's house. And her friend says,
What can be wrong with Lucy these days? She crosses a bear and she's losing so much weight she looks terrible. She's just no fun anymore. Well, you know what that well-known nutrition authority says about how improper eating due to wartime living may cause a person to become deficient in vitamin B1 and iron.
I told you it was
And
going to be
has
an
absolutely
advertisement
needed
for
enough of it to
vitamins.
keep her right weight and energy.
That's what
Come to think of it, that was Ruth's trouble when she got so run down.
that's what this whole shit's going to be. In the end, it's going to be like, if they only had their vitamins, they wouldn't have died.
due to vitamin B1 and iron shortage, we're losing weight, losing strength and energy and interest in life. Tell how ironized yeast tablets help them regain glorious pep and strength and needed pounds. So if you're short vitamin B1 and iron, don't wait. Go to your druggist this very night and say,
A bottle of ironized yeast tablets, please.
and now back to our Lights Out story of Murder Castle.
Murder Castle. Murder Castle, motherfucker! That's if Samuel Jackson was in the radio show. He was probably around back then. I'm surprised he doesn't make a cameo.
Hello? Hello?
Tired of all this motherfucking murder?
Hello? Is
My
this
motherfucking
the
castle?
employment agency? This is Mr. Stewart. Mr. Henry Stewart. I'm interested in employing a nurse for my child. Someone preferably unattached who can live here with my wife and myself.
Is this the same fucking guy gonna kill some more people?
No. Just send me their names, addresses, and references, and so on. I'll send you a check for the services.
Send you a
My
check.
address is 424 East 7th. Yes, that's right. Just their names and addresses. Yes, I'll send you a check. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yes, I'll be there.
Goodbye. It's hilarious that the thing says that this stream is offline, but it's not.
Oh, yes.
It's clearly not.
Won't you come in? I'm Mr. Stewart.
It's not, right? You guys can still see me.
You're answering in regard to,
Secretarial position. You wrote me a letter.
Oh, yes, indeed. Won't you step in here, please?
Thank you.
Now, you sit there, I'll sit here. We'll get better acquainted. Put your suitcase down there in place, so. Now then, I'm afraid I didn't quite get your name.
Ray. Betty Ray.
Ray?
You wrote me.
Oh, yes, of course. I remember you distinctly. Now then, you have my letter to you just to sort of refresh my memory on the circumstances, don't you know?
Oh. Well, I'm sorry.
Eh?
I didn't bring it with me.
Oh, well, then suppose you tell me a little more about yourself.
Is this gonna be the same? This guy brings in a woman and throws her in some
Oh,
cement?
no, sir. It's the way I wrote you, Mr. Stewart. I'm quite alone.
Oh, yes. Well, but, first there's the matter of the surety bond. I wrote you about that, didn't I?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Ah, yes, I felt quite certain of that.
Mr. Stewart, I was wondering,
Yes?
have you had many secretaries?
Why you ask that?
I want to know.
Why you ask that question?
What happens to them after you hire them? Tell me what happens to them.
Young woman, just who are you?
My name is Betty Malone.
Yeah, that's weird. It says it's offline, but
My
it's
sister
not.
came here a month ago about a job, and I want to know where she is. Do you hear me? I want to know where she is.
don't think I quite know what you're talking about.
Why do you lie to me? Why do you lie to me? She was here, she was.
Oh, then what makes you so sure?
A letter, you wrote it. The first one. I waited a whole month and then I came here.
This is like
And as soon as I saw you, I thought something was wrong.
the sister
And
of
I
the other
never-
lady.
My sister Ella, where is she?
Ah,
You've got to tell me.
called it.
What if I tell you again that I don't know what you're talking about?
I'll go to the police. They'll make you tell the truth. I know she came here. I know she did. Why do you laugh? Why?
Because you're being a very foolish young lady, very foolish indeed.
Come
There's
look
no
at my
need to get excited.
cement.
Of course your sister's here, and very happy to.
She's here.
Yes, yes, I'm very happy to.
So then take me to her. Please take me to her.
All right. No need to get excited. Of course I'll take you to her. I intended to all along. I was just having a little joke with you.
Is she all right? Is she
Of
all
course,
right?
of course. Now then, come right along with me. Come right along with me.
Come see my basement. I just poured some cement.
She's right up here. Been with me for over a month.
Why didn't she write? Why didn't she tell me?
Now then, right down this hall, and you can ask her that for yourself.
This isn't a trick, is it?
My dear young lady, you have easily the most suspicious mind of anyone I've ever met. Why, I'm quite a helpless old man, and you always have recourse, as you put it, to the police. Here we are, right in this room.
Checking my
Go right
string.
in.
All right. But it's locked.
Well, knock on the door, and she'll open it for you.
Ella?
Oh yeah, it says it's live now. 9 whole
Betty,
people
darling, it's Betty.
watching. Wow.
Ella, please. It's Betty, your sister Betty.
Well, now, she certainly is a tight sleeper.
Oh, she can't be sleeping. Open the door. Please open the door.
All right. No reason to get excited.
Quickly, open the door, quickly.
Now, don't excite yourself needlessly. Well, go ahead. You open the door.
Ella, it's Betty. Ella, what?
Class acting right there. Whoa!
Now then, my dear Betty, we understand each other clearly, don't we?
Got himself another one.
Ella. Dead.
Nothing like a complete understanding now, is there?
Ella. Dead.
Oh, it wasn't so difficult. I shut the door, sealed it, and nature took care of the rest.
Ella. Dead.
She died quite easily. Much easier than others.
Why?
You mean, why do I do it? It's a very simple explanation, young woman. This is my business. Yes, my business. Some men make their fortunes in stocks, some bonds, some in business. And this is my business.
Why?
Why is any business conducted? Profit, my dear. And I've made quite a neat little profit.
He's a businessman.
And a very safe one, too.
Ella.
He's in the cement
You're
business.
the very first to come wandering about looking for one of my,
My cement comes with people.
the first. And I assure you the last.
That's my guarantee to
30
you.
women at my front door. 31, including you and Ella. Come on along.
No.
I'll tell you all about them. You'll find it most instructive. Yes, indeed. Now come.
Don't hold my arm.
But I must. These corridors, they twist and turn. Oh, yes.
These
it's best
poor
I won't go
ladies.
on. Get lost easily around this house. My most interesting house.
Where are you taking me?
Yes, there were 30 before you. Most interesting array. I used to read the want ads in small town papers, and then I'd write letters. Oh, most interesting letters. I needed a secretary, a housekeeper, nurse, excellent salary, unusual accommodation.
Oh, well, I knew this had happened.
Indeed. And they brought all their worldly belongings with them, generally in a suitcase. Little here, a little there. Oh, I'm sure it's been most profitable. Now, in this room, for example...
No, don't open that door.
Perhaps it would be better not.
I don't like where this is going.
The one in here came to be my housekeeper.
Yeah, he's a creeper. This guy's a creeper.
She came as a housekeeper, and after she went into a retirement in that room, I found in her suitcase such interesting bonds. Why, I tell you, my eyes fairly popped right in my head. Oh, yes. It's the uncertainty that makes my little business so very fascinating.
Killed 30 women.
Now, let's go down a little way now down here. Don't make me pull you along.
Killed 30 women.
It wasn't difficult. Most women are such fools, anxious to believe what they want to believe.
They came here for life, and you gave them death.
That's why I'm even bothering showing you my work. I never did the others. And showing you around won't do harm. You won't be talking long.
30 women died.
Now, in this room, well, let me open and show you.
No, don't make me look.
She should have had pepper spray, man.
No.
Oh, you see? There's no reason for excitement, just an empty room. That's what she thought when she went in here. Then I pressed this button, so...
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
And the floor flopped open as she stood on it, and down she went. Down, down, down. Yes, into what?
He's just gonna tell her. This is how I killed your sister.
Oh, yes, I tried out so many different ways of killing them. You wonder why they'll never find me out? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I'm much too smart for all of them. Oh, not perfect crimes. No, nothing infantile, but just cleverness in choosing the women I do my business with.
So smart, I'm gonna tell you all the details of my plan.
Now then, what was I telling you?
Get myself in trouble.
Yes. Why they'll never get me.
Seeing you, it's done things in my head.
No corpus delicti. And if there is one, no evidence of violence. Ah, there, that's the secret.
You're very frightened, sister.
Hell of quick lives, there's no corpus delicti. To that I can tell you. Not when you bury them in a slab of concrete. That's the secret.
I could only have been with you, little sister.
And now this room, let me show it to you. I think this will be your room, my dear.
You're very frightened.
You see the door? Airtight. Airtight, yes indeed. I'll open it. The room. Amazing sight, isn't it? No doors, no windows.
Fucking murder castle.
Now I'll shut you up inside the room, and then I'll close the door and press this button here like this.
What's happening now?
You hear that, just one? You hear that? Pumping, pumping, pumping. And guess what is pumping?
My
Blood.
Air. You hear me? Pumping the air out of the room. Yes, that's clever, isn't it? You breathe, and soon there'll be nothing there to breathe, and then you'll die. And if the police do find your body, no mark of violence, nothing but asphyxiation. The most mysterious death, they'll say. In time, they'll decide it's all quite natural embolism, heart attack.
There's a
They'll
psycho.
make up a fancy name to clear their files. Yes, indeed, they always do.
It isn't right for him to live with the other.
Now, first, off with the pump. Now, my dear, I think you'd better step inside. Quickly now, so I can close the door and go about my other work. Quickly, I tell you.
No, wait.
Wait for what?
I want to give you something.
What you give me that doesn't belong to me already? Gun.
Get in there.
Gun. He had to say it so that we knew.
You had a gun in your purse all the time.
My father's. I brought it for the man who... Get in there.
She brought a gun to a cement fight.
Get in there, I'll kill you.
No, don't.
Get in.
Don't. I'm an old harmless man. I was only fooling. I wouldn't hurt you for the world.
Revenge. Right to revenge, isn't it, Ella? He said to press this button, Ella. The pump. It's running, Ella.
I've heard Ben Franklin was pretty bad at the Electric Hellfire
It's
Club.
right to revenge, isn't it, little sister? Right to revenge. Right to revenge. Right to revenge. Right to revenge.
Here we go.
Right to revenge.
Revenge. Ah. Sorry.
The air. It's going out. The air. Shut off that motor out there. You hear me? Shut off that motor. Pumping out the air. Pumping it out. Pipe. Air going out. I can't reach the pipe. Shut it off, you devil out there. Shut it off. It'll kill me.
This guy. Oh no, God forbid he should suffer.
Already. Shut it off. I can do anything you want. Shut off that pump. I can't die.
He's a businessman. He's got business to
Tear the
do.
walls down. Let me out of here. Air. That's got to have air. Let me out. Let me out. My ears. And ear. Drops breaking in.
Just die already.
My eyes. No air.
He's like, he's gonna describe how he's dying. My eye just popped out of my head.
Air.
I'm making gurgling sounds. I am now dead. Revenge.
Revenge. Yes, listen to her, Captain. Over and over again.
Good for her. Good for her.
What could have driven her out of her mind crazy like that?
It was Murder Castle.
What, I ask you?
Murder Castle. Hey, that was pretty cool. I liked it. Revenge.
Well, Mr. Obler, and I suppose they all died happily ever after. You put things so sweetly, Mr. Myers.
The dark corners of the human mind are the deepest dark, I believe, of anything in the universe. Speaking of darkness, how would you like to turn back the pages of that nebulous stuff known as time to the Sakhalin of Tsarist Russia?
You mean right now, Mr. Open?
You know the answer to that as well as I do, Frank, as always after you've had your say for ironized yeast.
Remember, friends, if you're
Don't forget to buy those vitamins.
Iron, if that's why you're so under par in weight and strength and energy, then get ironized yeast tablets right away.
Oh, I'm gonna go right
Of
out.
course, a rundown condition may be due to other causes. If in doubt, see your doctor. But if you're simply short vitamin B1 and iron, remember, ironized yeast has been so successful in such cases that it's sold on this no-risk, money-back basis. If you don't begin to eat better, to look and feel much stronger, peppier, and more alive, the cost of the first bottle will be refunded to you in full by ironized yeast, Box IY, Rahway, New Jersey. Now, what is this about Sakhalin? Isn't that the Russian island up above Japan?
Yes, but our story concerns itself only about the Sakhalin, or Sakhalin, which was used as an execution ground, and it was a sort of a macabre education ground, and a devil's island against the enemies of the Tsar. It's a strange story of man's inhumanity to man in one of the strangest places this world has ever known. But be with us again as usual next week.
Oh,
Yes,
next week.
Tune in next Tuesday again for Arch Oboler's eerie story, Sakhalin. And if you need more vitamin B1 and iron, be sure to try ironized yeast. But remember, there's only one ironized yeast. You
Ironized
order it simply
yeast.
by the yellow and orange package and by the big letters IY
That
on
doesn't
the
sound
container
great.
and on each tablet.
Boom! Spooky. Spooky! Well, that one
Yes.
made my skin crawl.
Yes. Later than you think.
Oh, fuck. That was side A.
Friends, taking care of those hard-to-replace white shoes is easy. Buy a shoe white that's more than just a whitener. Buy Energy
Skip
Shoe
ad.
White, made by...
Fucking worse than the shit on Google. Damn. Hold on, we're gonna get side B in a second. Let's take 5. Everybody take a break and go pee and whatever. What do you guys think of that? Lights Out from 1943. I enjoyed it. It's funny though because it's like the whole story has to rely on them telling you what the fuck is going on. Like, now we're walking up the stairs. Oh, I stubbed my toe and I scratched my ass now. What was that? Did you see that? No, you didn't see that because it's a fucking radio program. Let me tell you what you didn't see. Alright, let's look at what I have to say. Radiola. So Lights Out was one of the earliest horror programs on the radio. In fact, they tried to find a spot late at night around midnight on Wednesdays, always on Wednesday night, so we're not doing it on the right night. Apparently, you know, back then, like I said, pretty much radio only back then, so there would be usually music on at that time. People would be sleeping to music or whatnot, but, you know, they tried the horror thing late at night, and it caught on. People loved it. They liked, you know, people love to be scared. And I believe it ran from, I want to say 1934 to like 1947. We just listened to Murder Castle, exactly as heard on CBS August 3rd, 1943. And then the other side is The Witch's Tale, 1939 program. 4 Fingers and a Thumb is the name of the actual one we're going to listen to. But I believe The Witch's Tale, which is actually, which I believe was actually kind of another program. It's not this, it was like another horror program. So I got 2 on one record apparently. So we'll turn that over and listen to that in a minute. Fucking, yeah, can you imagine? seemed like life was too hard back then. The Depression and fucking World War II going on. I don't know. That sounds pretty horrible. Maybe I'd go back to, if I could go back in time, the earliest I would go back is the 50s. I wouldn't go back any earlier than that. Hold on, reading some comments. Total Lunatic says that Scream should be in the movies instead of the Wilhelm scream. The dog is going nuts right now. Lindsay says, my mom used to listen to horror stories on the radio when she was a kid, and she was born in 1954. I assume they continued it into the 60s. Maybe. I don't know how far up they did it. Probably, and I can imagine that, still having radio programs up to the 60s. 50s were a bad time? I don't know. What were they? All right, just one second. All right, man. Ooh. I believe you could probably find a lot of more other kinds of these on YouTube or whatever if you want to listen to more of them. Let's flip her over. And four fingers and a thumb. Although, doesn't he look like he's got like 5 fingers and a thumb? Whatever. Whatevs. So let's go round 2. I'm gonna. Before we do that, though, I need to. This one's for you, Lindsay. Oh, I can't twist it up. This one's not for you, Lindsay. I don't think I've ever listened to the whole War of the Worlds broadcast, but I should. I should. Are you gonna diss my stash on my live show? Okay. Now that we've taken a moment to appreciate my shaven face, we'll line this mother up and get it just right. So, now this is the side where I remember there being some racism. Everybody get ready for 1930s racism. If Halloween, I'd listen to Halloween as a radio drama. That'd be great.
Of the eerie, weird, blood-chilling tales told by old Nancy, the witch of Salem, and Satan, the wise black cat.
Not witches.
They are waiting for you.
Well, Satan.
Time stories, yes.
They didn't advertise vitamins.
Or Satan's got a yarn to fit just such a night as this. Satan, tell everyone to douse their lights. That's it. Now draw her up to the fire and gaze into the embers. Gaze into 'em deep, and soon you'll see a dusty road way out in California in the year of 1852.
our story. We'll
There it is.
begin.
Here we go.
And it's what we call
He's selling
4
vitamins.
fingers and a thumb.
You know what'll help those 4
4
fingers?
and a thumb.
Some vitamin B and some iron. That'll help your fingers.
Wait up for me, Bert. I'm waiting, Dan.
I like this one better already.
No aim to travel alone when I can find a sociable fella to talk to. You going to the mine on business?
Well, Cash sent in word by one of his Chinamen that he was itching to play a little stud poke this evening.
Yeah, like everybody else in these parts. I think he's a low-down, dirty skunk.
Well, if he wants to risk his money against mine, there's no reason why I shouldn't let him do it. Cash is a good card player.
Yeah, and the boys have got an idea that you're deliberately easy with him.
Well, they're entitled to their opinion, I reckon.
Burke, I want to talk to you like a Dutch uncle.
Let's try to follow what's happening this time.
Warn me?
Yes, you ain't deceiving anybody by your actions, Cash Felton least of all.
Dan, I guess I don't understand you.
Well, here it is in plain words, then. You're crazy about Cash's wife, and she's crazy about you. Cash is old enough to be her father, and someone ought to bash his head in for the way he treats her. Unless you come out bold and take her away from him mighty quick, he's going to get you some way.
Cash has no reason to be jealous of me. Decent women neither respect or fall in love with my kind, Dan. I make my living with my wits and 4 trained fingers and a thumb.
You're a square gambler, Dick Burke.
Well, how you getting along with the Chinese at the mine, Dan? You dislike them as much as ever?
And don't every decent white man in California despise the yellow devils, excepting you?
Well, they're mostly clean, conscientious, and honest.
Yeah, you wag your
Yes,
tongue
stop
too
hating.
free sometimes defending them heathens. The general feeling again them is getting higher all the time.
Bring the racism down a few notches, please. This is 2017.
Yeah, that's where I learned
We're
the fine
not
points of gambling. I
more.
also learned that Chinese
relaxed
are
now.
mighty fine people if you treat them right.
Yeah,
Maybe so.
I
But
guess.
you better not be spouting such ideas to anyone but a friend like me. Round here, if it was thought you looked on Chinamen as equals, you just have to close your card room and get out of town.
Yeah, I know. But I don't want to leave this town yet.
I know that. Well, there's Cash's house ahead of us. And it looks like Mrs. Pelton is standing by the road.
Yeah, I see.
Well, I'll turn off here. See you later, Bert.
Good night, Dan.
I've been watching for you, Mr. Daddy. You must go back the way you came before Cash sees you.
Go back? Why, he sent word for me to come here.
I know. If you play cards with him tonight, no other white man in this county will ever play with you again.
Why?
He's got a Chinaman waiting in the house to join your game.
A Chinaman.
Yeah, Chan Wu, who's head man among the coolies. Oh, Cash hates you, Mr. Daly. If you play, he means to spread the word around and ruin you. And if you don't play, well, he's got a gun strapped on his hip, and he's been drinking.
Well, if I go away, he'll know you warned me.
Oh, he won't hurt me.
It's a little smoky
Why
in
don't you
here.
keep that side of your
Son
face
of a
turned away
bitch.
from me, Mrs. Pelton. You kept it so ever since you came to meet me. Let me see.
No.
I thought so. It's all bruised where he's hit you again.
Oh, Cash ain't ever hit me. And anyway, there's nothing you could do, nothing.
Oh, if only you'd give me the right. I've never said it before, but you've known it without my saying that I love you. Just as Cash has known it.
No.
So what's going
I'm
on?
still in a square hand, Susan. Let me send you to my sister in Virginia till you get a divorce. Then let me come and marry you.
Something
Or
about
marry some other fellow who's a whole lot better.
gambling with
Just
Chinamen?
so as you could get away from this.
Oh, there couldn't be anybody better.
Susan. You mean...
Oh, I mean, I married Cash Pelton for better or for worse, and there's nothing to be done about it.
There is.
No, please go away now.
Hey, Bert Daly. So my little wife went to beat you today. Well, hurry up. My fingers are itching for the cards.
So am I, Cash.
What are you going to do?
This guy's name is Cash.
But it'll ruin you to play with a chink.
I'll gamble.
Oh no!
Oh, no. Table, cards, and whiskey all waiting. All you gotta do is lay your money down and meet the fellow who's gonna make our third. Come here, Chang Lo. I want you to meet a friend of
It's gonna
mine.
get worse.
This humble person is honored to stand before the most excellent Mr. Daly.
I'm very pleased to meet you, Mr. Chang.
Huh?
and I shall be pleased to play cards with you.
You're willing to shake hands, too, with a Chinaman.
It's a custom to shake hands with the friends of your host.
I clasp esteemed hand in spirit which offers it. It is written that 4 fingers and a thumb extended in friendship, greater than 10,000 hands coming with swords.
And another sage of your country has said, evil plans rebound upon the planner. I knew a namesake of yours, Mr. Chang.
You refer to the sorcerer, Chang Lu?
Sorcerer?
Yes. Are you of his family?
It is my privilege to honor a great man of whom you speak of his revered ancestor, wise student.
They say his magic powers were transmitted to his descendants. That'll make you a dangerous man to play stud poker with.
Sit down. And no one around here better try any magic with these cards.
4 fingers and a thumb which deal the cards are servants of the soul. They can only do evil if evil soul commands them.
That's also the case when a man's hand is doubled to hit a woman.
What do you mean by that?
I was just...
I imagine Cash is. It
Got the deal.
looks like Darnell from Christine.
Yes, Cash.
I've got a hunch this is gonna be my night, Mr. Daly.
Tonight, I'm out to win.
We may anticipate pleasant game.
You think that's even an Asian? It's probably not. It's probably like the whitest person in Hollywood.
Bet 100.
Them 3 and 5 you got shown don't look like much to me, Daly. My 2 pair raises you 100.
The wise man does not go to war unarmed. I prudently withdraw.
Let's raise it another 500, Cash.
If you got me beat again,
There's only one way to find out.
you can't bluff me. I'll see you.
Only see me. Haven't you got a full house, Cash?
Yes, I got a full house, and here it is. And if you got another 5 in the hole,
Here it is.
I never saw such a luck. If it's only luck.
It's only luck and purpose.
Uh-oh.
Your deal, Mr. Chang.
Somebody's gonna lose a finger.
I'm quitting for a while to stretch my legs.
Walking around your chair don't do much good, Cash. Why not try unbuckling that pistol from your
I need to
belt?
stretch my legs too.
Guns in a friendly game is most unlucky to the wearers.
You don't mind about this gun?
Oh, it doesn't bother me. It's you I'm thinking of.
Well, you better just think of yourself.
I'm thinking of me, too.
So, bring me another bottle of whiskey.
Yes, Cash.
It's pretty late. Be a good idea.
I'll change
don't
my
you
name
think,
to
let you
Cash.
Go to bed and get some sleep instead of topping liquor.
You're giving a little more.
Witches. Well,
around here,
no.
Daddy.
I'm here
No.
tonight to give you only what you
That was
ask
just
for.
the name of the
What do you
program.
mean by that?
What do you think I mean?
I'm really invested in this poker
Here's the
game.
whiskey, Cash.
I'll tell you what I think now, while she's here. So listen.
Cash.
So, you told him tonight was to be a showdown between him and me. That's why you sneaked outside to meet him. But you walked into it anyway, Daly, thinking you'd find a way to bluff yourself out. Well, you won't. Tomorrow I spread the news that you played cards with his heathen Chinese. And if that don't
tweet
drive
it.
you out of town, I'm coming gunning for you.
You have nerve enough
I'm
to
gonna
come
go
to
on
me,
Twitter
right?
and be
I'll
like,
do it now.
he likes Chinese people.
My wrist.
That's a trick I learned in China. And now you'll
Of
get
course
your
you do,
showdown.
Dino, and yes, I'll take
I don't
more.
want a pistol on an unarmed man. I'm going to throw this gun into that far corner, Cash, and the best man gets it. We start even now.
Oh, I thought they were gonna have a gunfight.
Coming, you're...
Stop it, Chang Lu. Stop them.
Man's destiny cannot be altered.
Stop them.
A good clock does not strike before the hour.
It's on a knife. It's fair, Cash. Fair.
I'm gonna kill you, lover.
Chang Lu.
Now destiny time is here.
I got you now, Cash. Gotcha.
A good blow. You have hurled him into the land of sleep, Mr. Daly, from which he will presently return more sober, if no less evil.
If you hadn't have stepped in, you'd have got me.
There's blood dripping from your sleeve, Chang Lu. His knife struck you.
Hey, Mia, nothing?
Oh, not Chang
Only a
Lu.
friend?
Oh,
Susan.
look. On the floor.
God.
Yes,
No.
blow. Cut off my own the hand.
Lou,
Accepted as payment for 4 fingers and a thumb extended to one of a despised race in gracious spirit.
Get a bandage, Susan. Then run for old Dan and send him for a doctor.
Right away.
You trouble too much. Destiny cannot be altered. But 4 fingers and a thumb, though severed, are still servants of the soul. Tell unworthy
He's still going.
that
Just die already.
when he recovers.
What did he mean by that?
I don't know.
I'm surprised he didn't announce he was Chinese right as he was dying. Whew. That was an intense poker game.
You sure he's going to live back?
You heard the doctor say we stopped the blood in time.
But maybe we should have stayed back with a drink in his shack.
He's better left with his own people. Jiang Lu has a mighty honored name among those Chinese. They'll take care of him.
They may avenge him too. You told Cash that when he comes.
Revenge.
And I
Revenge.
won't fool 'em.
Revenge.
They know they can't expect any justice from the law around here.
You didn't tell him what Chang Lu said to tell him, Lou, just before he fainted away.
That didn't make sense. We're almost back to your house, Sue. And your husband. If you never knew what sort of a rat he was before, you learned it tonight. Oh, you've got to let me take you to my sister in Virginia.
No, Burke.
Still for better or for worse, huh?
Yes.
It's because he's got the cash.
Do us part. Is
He'll stay with cash because he's got the cash.
I can do something about that.
Oh, don't talk that way. Ain't I seen enough fighting and blood tonight?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm not the killing sort anyway. If I was, I'd have finished Cash when I took his gun away.
I'm glad. That's why I really love you, Burke.
Aww.
Don't try to kiss me, please.
No, don't kiss me. No,
I can't.
don't.
I know. Reckon fools like us just have to wait for destiny. to
Don't.
come
That's
down.
what I try. That's why I say to my
Finish us
girls
altogether.
when I go out.
When I
Don't
was
try and
with
suck my
Chang
dick.
Lu to
Don't.
see
No,
Burke,
please don't. Oh, okay.
Our destiny is in your hands. You weren't serious tonight when you said his family were magicians.
If poor Chang had had any magic, he'd have used it to save his hand, I reckon.
Of course. He said such funny things.
Here's the house. I'll take you inside.
But Cash...
I've got his gun and knife. Besides, he'll be too busy worrying what the Chinese are going to do with him. You with me. Come on.
Burke, look on that door.
God. Chang Lu's severed hand. Someone's nailed it there.
And that someone was me.
Cash!
Why, did you step inside and I'll tell you.
He's got another gun.
You bet I have. Stick up your hands, Daly, and come inside, both of you.
Aren't you facing trouble enough as it is, Cash?
Where's the horror?
Gonna get me
Where's the
out of
witches?
trouble with them Chinamen.
Come on.
First,
Where's
give
the
me
horror?
that pistol you took away tonight, and hold it by the barrel.
Burke,
Here it is.
That's fine. Now sit down. And don't worry, for I ain't gonna hurt you if you do just like I say. Before you, the doctor, and old Dan carried Chang Lu away from here, you told me plenty about what his people would like to do to me daily. But I've been thinking of a way to stop that, with your help.
I don't get you.
You will. I know something about Chinamen, the same as you.
You're right,
I know
Michael.
the gamblers, and that every gambler hates a cheat. All of us are going to swear that I cut off Chang's hand because we caught him cheating.
Are you crazy?
Yeah, like a fox. Neither of you are going to be out of my sight
Like a
until you tell that
fox.
story where it's got to be told. And I'll have a gun on you every minute till you tell it.
They won't believe it if we do tell it.
I've thought of that. That's why I nailed that hand outside the door. It's going to be the clincher. When they see that, they're going to feel sure a man with nerve enough to put it there is in the right.
I'll never back you up in such a rotten lie.
If you don't, you'll get a bullet in your heart.
Cash.
I mean what I say.
Cash sucks. This guy sucks.
Maybe the Chinese
Ruining my buzz.
open the door, Sue. And remember,
I'll do whatever you say, Burke. You...
he'll do what I say, too.
dead.
What,
There's still no one here.
But we heard it that time, sure. That
Uh-oh.
old Dan.
It's his
He's the
hand.
one who-
He's 50 yards away.
His hand.
Were you knocking at this door? How could I be knocking? I just come to your house to tell you that Chang Lu is dead.
Dead?
Chang Lu? The doctor said he'd get well. The doc was wrong. Chang came out of his faint, asked the time, then said he'd be dead in just 5 minutes. And he was.
Oh shit.
Ooh,
Really? I'm gonna die in 5 minutes. Later.
See, you want to
Peace
tell you
out.
that 4 fingers and a thumb are always servants of the soul. What? That's knocking again.
4 fingers and
the door.
It's moving. Pull it loose from the nail. The thing's alive.
Oh, it dropped to the ground.
It's coming towards me.
It dropped to
Knock
the
your leg. Knock it loose. It wants to reach me throat. Ah! It's falling off.
There it goes through the grass.
But it'll come back again. It'll come back to kill me. 4 dead fingers on a thumb.
told you it was a killer hand. Look.
You sure it can't get in here? Oh, you're sure it can't get in? You barred the doors, closed and shut at every window. And you've been over the house 100 times to make certain nothing bigger than a fly can enter. But this is a dead thing. Ghosts can enter anywhere.
That hand is flesh and bone, Cash.
Yeah, dead flesh and bone that moves like something living.
Killer
I
hand.
can still feel its clutching fingers as it tried to clamber up my leg.
That was near an hour ago, and we ain't seen or nor heard it since.
Oh, that was an hour
We'll
ago.
never see it again.
No, it'll come back for me. 'Cause his soul is directing them 4 fingers and a thumb, just like he said. You won't leave me, you two. I'd go plumb crazy if I had to wait alone. Daily, I've even gone down on my knees to say I'm sorry for what I've done to you and Sue. I'll go down on my knees again if you'll swear that you won't leave me.
Oh, for God's sake, stop that and try to be
Now
honest.
Cash is being a pussy,
We said
huh?
we'd stay.
Fucking figures.
I wouldn't leave even you to face that thing alone. I still can't believe we really saw it.
We really saw it, Bert.
I saw it, heard it.
Is Chang's hand? Is that what's going on?
It happened, Cash, and later he heard a galloping horse. He
Fuck.
must have lit out for town to tell folks, and soon he'll be back here with help.
Folks can't help me again, the dead. I might be surrounded by an army, and still them fingers would come a-clutching for me. Oh, God. What time you say it was when it wrenched itself off that door and come for me?
Near 5 o'clock. Now it's almost 6.
And how it seems like 100 years. And I never meant to hurt it. It was just an accident. Accident.
You can't lie to the dead, Cash. You lunged at him deliberately with that knife because he came between you and me.
I was drunk. I didn't know what I was doing.
You were drunk when you struck your wife. Drunk when you tried to shoot me. Yes, I'd have had a bullet in my body if I didn't move faster than you.
Drunk asshole.
Chang Lu is dead.
I know.
And his hand
God, forgive
He's
me.
gonna get you.
Chang Lu, forgive me. Say, an hour ago it was still dark night. Since then, the sun's been coming up. It's nearly day. We could blow out these lamps if we didn't have the shutters drawn. Maybe that's the reason we ain't seen or heard that hand no more. 'Cause the dead and their power is only strong in darkness.
Burke, that may be so.
I never thought of that. It is so. While
Is
it's
that true?
bright, that thing can't come for me. And by the time it's dark again, I can be so far away it won't even find me. It's only a cut-off hand with just fingers and a thumb to pull it along. It can't follow a man on a good fast horse. Pack your things, Sue. We're getting away from here.
Oh, no.
Don't forget your
You go, but
vitamins.
She don't go with you.
Oh, yes, she does. And before we go, Mr. Daly, I ain't finished what I started on you last night.
Put down that gun, Cash. Burke's
Oh,
helped you
jeez,
be
he's
your
getting
friend.
crazy
I
again.
don't need his help or friendship now, for I know I'm safe. I know I'm safe.
What?
Something
There's that
knocked on
sound.
the door.
And something's moving outside the sill.
It's some kind of little animal. Maybe a rat.
Animals don't knock.
It can't be. Can't be.
severed hand is passing
There's a
notes.
Chinese figure on it. Yeah, traced in dry blood. It's the Chinese character for 6. 6? That means 6 o'clock. That knock again.
Oh no.
1 knock for yes. 6 o'clock. It'll be that in just 3 minutes, and then the hand will come for me. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
It can't get in this house. It can't.
All right, hold on. I'll tell you real quick. People don't know what's going on. Some guy got his hand cut off, and now the hand's trying to kill everybody in the house. That's what's happening.
What was that?
The key turned in the lock.
Well, that won't help it. This door is barred inside. Yes, you fool. But you left the key outside and it's locked us in. That won't do no harm.
That's not.
It's dropped back to the ground. And now it's pulling itself away.
How fast it moves. Like a rabbit jumping.
Well, maybe it's got some way to get in. You barred every outside door and shut at every window. Ah!
Glass.
In the next room, and the light and the hole in that shutter.
It squeezed through and broke the pane.
It's coming this way. Shut the door, quick. Too late, it's slipped by me. Get away from me. Away.
Shoot it.
Oh, bullets don't stop it, and it's almost 6 o'clock.
That was their
It's got me in
gunshots.
the corner, and I can't get away. Here, keep your wits. It's only a hand. You can throw it off like you did before. Then we'll find
It's only a hand. I know they're flipping out.
It's pulling that table cover under the lamp.
The lamp is falling. Ah, the oil's on the clothes. I'm burning.
You don't keep in a dark on day like that.
I can't get to him. There's a wall of flame between. The clock. Ah, the clock.
Oh, he shot himself.
We must get out here. He's trapped like he was, and I haven't a gun. We'll burn to death. I've got the door unbarred. Come on.
Did Cash just kill
Oh, I
himself?
forgot this door is locked outside.
Look, the hand.
You dropped the
This is
key in
whack.
my feet.
Oh, now it's going towards the flames. It's in the fire.
Now it's coming after me. Oh.
Come on.
Oh, Bert. Oh, Bert.
Now the killer hand is killing me. Ah.
Now and not for worse.
That voice. I heard it too.
Uh-oh.
It is written that 4 fingers and a thumb extended in friendship is greater than 10,000 hands coming with swords.
Oh, here we go. That was our story.
Well, that's the end of that one, Satan. Sleep good till next time, little children.
Wow. I like that. That one was pretty good.
What in the...
Oh, here we go.
Oh, you.
Commercials.
Just a kid.
Are you hungry, mister?
Well,
Have some
now that
vitamins.
you mention it, I guess I am. Is your mother upstairs?
She went out for a minute.
Uh-oh, here we
You
go.
want me to find her?
No, don't let's bother. Say,
I don't like how this is
she's
starting.
downstairs at this time of night.
I couldn't
Are your
sleep.
parents home?
I must be hungry too. Can I have a glass of milk?
I guess so. Where does your mother keep the glasses?
In that cabinet by the sink.
Oh, yes. Here's a glass. Now, open the milk bottle, pour, and there you are.
Thanks
You
for
can
telling
sit on
us.
this chair.
Oh, the chair's too low. Can I sit on your knee?
Huh?
Oh, no.
Well, I guess we can manage it. Up you come. There. How's that?
Milk is good. My mommy says it makes me big and strong.
Big and strong, eh? Maybe I'd better have some, too.
Here, you can have some of mine.
Thank you.
Oh, Lordy.
Real nice of
Milk makes you
What the fuck are we
and
listening
then you don't
to?
get sick like Robert Stevens.
you. He's sick, is he?
Yeah, he's got the mumps and his throat is all swelled up. But my throat isn't swelled at all. Here,
I
see.
can't do this.
No. Your throat is all right.
Oh, no.
Smooth.
Why, but your fingers are strong.
Yes, my boy, sometimes too strong. Too strong.
I know what. You tell me a story and then I'll go back up to bed.
Oh, gosh, kid. I don't know any stories I could tell.
I think this is
How
evidence.
about a true story? About you.
About me? Well, once there was a kid like you, see. He didn't have any father and mother. And so he lived in a big orphanage with a lot of other boys, but he didn't like it. So he ran away.
They cruel to him at the orphanage?
No, but he thought they were, I guess. And later on, when he wanted to go back, it was too late.
Then what happened?
Well, he wasn't very careful about the kind of boys he went around with. And before you knew it, he was...
This is scarier than the other ones.
Like an Oliver Twist?
Yeah, just like in Oliver Twist.
It's almost over.
So this boy had to keep on running away and hurting people. Because he could never turn back. Start all over.
Look, Tyson, you're covered.
Okay, hold your fire. Just don't hurt the kid.
I'm frightened, mister.
Now, sonny, nobody's going to hurt you.
No funny business, Parsons. Guess you're covered from the window. Pass the kid over.
Now then, young fella, you go over and stand with him. He won't hurt you. He's a nice man.
But I want to stay with you.
Believe me, boy, you'd be better off over there.
This is twisted.
Okay, bring on the cuffs. I won't tie it.
What?
Better not.
The actual fuck.
You would be a pleasure.
What's happening? I was just next door for a moment. Jackie, are you all right?
I'm all right, Mommy. I was having a glass of milk, and this man was telling me a story, and then someone broke the window.
It's okay now, ma'am. This here's Spider Parsons, under sentence for murder.
What?
He escaped from the penitentiary a couple of days ago. Killed 2 men when he made the break.
Oh, my poor baby. I think that you might have been...
No, ma'am, he was perfectly safe. It was a pleasure to be human again. If only for a little while.
Wow, really? 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 So, they didn't really need that last part. I think it was Hannibal Lecter, basically. Woo. So, that was scary. Fuck yeah. Interesting. So that was a taste of the past. I'm fucking high. No, shit almost ruined my buzz there at the end. I think it was Hannibal Lecter back in 1939 though. He was probably alive back then. He would have been hella young though. So that seemed to go pretty well. I mean, we couldn't avoid it was the racism and the whatever that was. As many South Park references as you can fit in. Hell yeah. Well, I'm surprised. You know what? So, that seemed to go relatively well. The stream quality, I mean. Even though it has said I've been offline the whole time. You guys were clearly seeing it, so I just was like, okay, whatever. Say offline. I don't give a damn. But it seemed to work. Hopefully, people that didn't see it live when you were watching this back, hopefully it uploaded smooth. Wouldn't want you to miss any of that Chinese racism or the commercials. Awesome. Thank you for joining me. I'm not going to take off just yet, but I figure you guys will probably drop out. Everybody's got to go to bed and whatnot. I'm going to hang out for a few minutes, have a beer. So yeah, what happened with the first one? Lights out, Murder Castle. Best I could figure is that some guy had designed his own death house, and he would bring women up there and cement them in or brick them in into his house. So it was a death house, and then one of his victims' sister came and got revenge. 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 Lindsay says, I don't want to go to bed yet. Don't go to bed yet, Lindsay. You gotta stay up for me a little bit. I wish you could have a beer, but you can't. I'll have one for you. And then the second one, this is as far as I could tell. These, like I was telling you earlier, Lights Out and The Witch's Tale are kind of like different programs. So this is like I got two programs. They're probably, I would assume, both by the same company. But they are different programs. So it's like two on one record here. And this one is 1939. So, and it was about some asshole named Cash would have poker games, and he was racist against a Chinese guy, and then he cut his hand off, and the hand came back and stalked him until he fucking shot himself, and then the hand spoke or whatever. Then the hand was like, said some, what would you call those? Like so high. Fortune cookie. He was always talking in fortune cookie code. H.H. Holmes, that's a serial killer, or right? Was he like what, America's first serial killer, or is that correct? It's only 9 o'clock, says Tiger Man. Actually, for me here on the west side, it's only 7. So I'm good to go. I got more smoking and drinking to do. It's going on awesome o'clock is what it's going on. They're all talking about what time it is because people are old and they got to go to bed. And I'm calling you out on it. No, that's cool. I'm just glad people showed up and listened to this thing with me, because if I was just sitting here by myself, that would have been pretty sad. I mean, I'm sitting here by myself in this room, but at least people on here were like, there really was people that showed up. People that watch this later on, not live, are going to be like, he was talking to himself the whole time. Oh, snap. Mr. T. Oh, yeah, let's watch Murder, She Wrote. Let's do that right now, guys. I've never seen no Murder, She Wrote. I probably should check it out. We'll have a double feature of that in Columbo. Or Anne Perry Mason. Fuck it. We'll go all out. Mystery Night. I'm going to review them. I'll review every episode of Murder, She Wrote. I want to put on another record. It's just sitting right there. But I'm not going to, I don't want to do that. So because then everybody really will leave. Alvaro, hello. I've been okay. Thanks for asking. Feeling better these days. Better. Not perfect, but better. Thanks for asking. How are you? How's everybody doing out there? You missed it, I guess. You have to watch it back later. Or if it shows up later, I hope it does. I hope it worked. And if it didn't work, if it doesn't save for everyone else to watch, then that means you guys got something special that nobody will ever see. Dino says he's got to go watch my review. We'll go watch it. Oh, shit. Michael said he's seen a documentary on Pet Cemetery. Cool. I should check it out. I love documentaries, especially if they're about horror or heavy metal or music in general, like just music. But like music and horror documentaries, I'll eat them up. Fucking love. Making them is pretty cool too. Checking my stream. Alrighty. Somebody left a weird comment. That's not anything new though. Yeah, Dino's asking about Get Out. I definitely want to see it. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. If I have any money left, I'll go to see it tomorrow because we didn't get it at my theater, so I have to go to the competing theater to see it. They get all the good movies. Those bastards. Those dirty, rotten, low life. Their theater's better than mine. We have better popcorn though, so fuck them. Let's see. Sorry, I'll see your comments in just a second. Oh. Been on for an hour and 23 minutes. Stream health is meh. It says it's meh. Real or fake butter, Eric? Real butter. If you gotta have butter, have real butter. None of that I can't believe. It's almost plastic. Shit that won't even grow mold on it. None of that. Thanks for asking, though. Thanks for those deep questions. Let's see. Let's talk about what I've been watching lately. Oh yeah, so Alvaro says he's surprised I made it through the Jason Goes to Hell Drunken Terry. That was a struggle. You could hear it in that Drunken Terry, right? I'm saying, like, I am, like, always actively, it may not seem like it, but I'm always actively trying to be a more positive person because I can very naturally just see and spew all the negativity around me easily. Like, oh, this sucks. Look at that. Why is that like that? Fuck this shit. I'm trying, like, it's hard. It's like trying to reverse a force of nature. But I do try to, like, be more positive. But during the Jason Goes to Hell Drunken Terry, there was no way I was the whole way through. I was like, I'm sorry, but fuck this movie. And you have to listen to this, and I know it sucks. I'm sorry. I made it through. Now I never have to watch it again. I need to burn that fucker. And I will. I wanted to shoot it with a flare gun, but I don't think that's practical. And I think I'd miss. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about what I've been watching lately. So I watched Suspiria recently. Had not seen it in a very long time. That movie is pretty great, but I mean, it's not perfect because if I could, I'd say, like, it could have used a little bit more editing. It could have been trimmed down a little more, but as far for a 70s slasher movie, it was pretty much ahead of its time. Well, it's not a slasher movie. I guess it is. It's slasher paranormal-ish. Anyway. But, you know, it could have benefited from some scenes being cut down. But still, it is what it is, and that's kind of the staple of those Giallo movies. So, it's great, though. Great use of soundtrack, and the cinematography. When you can see, like, the amount of effort that was put into craft on screen, You always have to appreciate that. So Suspiria is good. Was it dubbed like all those other Italian movies? Why would they do that? Why did they why did they film their movies with no sound? How weird. What have you guys been watching lately? Oh my god, I'm getting yelled at by the horror whore. Her kid rolled onto his tummy. What does that mean in parent talk? Is that good or bad? I don't know. Is that good? Is that bad? Sorry. Sorry. His name is Tommy, by the way. Did you name him after Tommy Jarvis? Admit it. Admit it. Dino's asking if I've seen Nick Cage's Vampire's Kiss. Hell yeah. You gotta see that movie. Nicolas Cage. That's not even his real name. What is his real name? Can't remember. Yeah, he's batshit crazy in that movie. And it's a thing of beauty. You watch out, Lindsay. She's all afraid about her kid rolling over on his stomach. Don't let him watch one of my videos. He'll instantly have a mustache and a beer in his hand. Blood junkie? Okay. Tiger Man's asking what my favorite cartoon growing up was. Oh, you're asking specifically between DuckTales and Thundercats? Or... Because if you're asking between those two, Thundercats. Ho! But DuckTales was great too. But if you're asking what like my favorite cartoon growing up was, it would be like Voltron, Transformers, and then Ninja Turtles. I still watch that shit. I'll watch it. Nice. See, Tommy, you want him to be a hero. Because you know that horror is eventually going to come to bite you in the ass and it's going to become real. And you're going to have a hero kid there. Tommy. Going to save the day from Jason, probably. Jason and Michael. And then I watched Phantasm Ravager. Did anybody else watch Phantasm Ravager? And what did you think? Yeah, Sith Gennari, whatever. Nicolas Cage is a Coppola. And I think his first appearing role was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High as like an extra or something. And then he was like probably in Valley Girl. And then like Raising Arizona. Let's talk about Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage hour. Remember that time he said the whole ABCs, the whole alphabet in a movie in a way that only Nicolas Cage could do? remember when that was in a movie? I don't know why Michael Bay is still making Transformers movies. I couldn't watch the last one. I only seen the first 3. The Age of Extinction last one I couldn't sit through, and I tried like 2 or 3 times, and I'd be like, I think I've seen enough Transformers. Yeah, Phantasm Ravager was pretty bad, and it was pretty embarrassing, but all the Phantasm movies they don't make a lick of sense, but they do have a fucking kind of weird charm about them. Phantasm Ravager still had that stupid charm, but it was so bad. It was a lot worse than I was expecting it to be. But you have to see it at least once, and you're going to go, oh my god, wow. Total Lunatic's phone died. Rest in peace, phone. Remember when Nicolas Cage almost became Superman? Yeah, I'm surprised that didn't happen, actually. I don't know what I think about that. If he would be a good Superman. I don't think so, because he would just go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like Superman. Relax, man. Relax. Look, Dino, you don't have to watch Phantasm Ravager. Don't force yourself. Don't force yourself. It's not worth it. I was just saying, if you're kind of a fan of... If you've seen the other four, at least get it over with. But, yeah. It's not worth forcing it. I'm telling you that much. It's pretty bad. I was really excited about it, too. But, oh well. Oh, you know what, though? I can tell you this much. Angus Scrimm is great. And this was, probably his final role? He was great in it. He was great in Phantasm Ravager. Reggie Bannister, unfortunately, was still a bad actor. Yeah, I heard that Bill Paxton died at age 61, so that's a bummer. All of our heroes are going. I don't know what to think about that. Don't bring down the stream. Who's the new Halloween director? I didn't even know. You'll have to remind me. I can't believe there's 16 whole people watching this. Well, I assume they're all whole people. Maybe one of them is a severed hand with 4 fingers and a fucking thumb. I don't think I've ever seen a Uwe Boll movie, and I don't think I ever will. Here comes the good questions now. I knew it would catch on eventually. Alvaro's asking, would you rather see Busta Rhymes kick Michael Myers or see Creighton Duke talk bad about Jason? I'm not sure which would be more infuriating. I think I'd probably watch Busta Rhymes kicking Michael Myers in the face. Because Creighton Duke doesn't do anything. Michael's saying Duke all the way. Yeah, you enjoy that. I guess it's fine. I don't know. He talks funny, about donuts and hot dogs and little girls. So, but then again, it's that versus trick or treat, motherfucker. You guys ask the tough questions. David Gordon Green. Hold the fucking phone. Really? I thought I heard that and I thought it was a joke. So I heard that a few days ago. I thought it was a joke. Hold on. Didn't he make Pineapple Express? No. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, he fucking did make Pineapple Express. That's the guy that's making the new Halloween. Interesting. Sure. See what else he directed. I don't see it. Whatever. I hate to say it, but I had to give in to sleep. Oh, good night, Lindsay. Thanks for joining me. Have sweet dreams. Don't let the Chinaman's hand get you. Take your vitamins. David, yeah, that's all that I know him from. David Gordon Green is the director of Pineapple Express, right? Oh, as soon as I hear like Halloween, I just think of Pineapple Express. Hello, everybody that showed up. Elver, Riley. Well, you guys have been here a while. Some of you have. Total Lunatic said the Friday the 13th, 2017 screenplay was released. Somebody had said something about that in a comment. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I probably won't bother. I think that they're going to get a Friday off the ground. They'll do something. They'll release something straight to video just to try to keep the copyright. You watch. They'll do it like straight to video. I'm telling you, like a Cult of Chucky style. Come on, because like a Friday the 13th movie is gonna sell tickets. It's gonna put seats in asses. Right? You know that it will. Chinaman's hand. Elver Fossil Toe says, I have to watch some of your past videos. This is my first. See, I told you. I said so at the beginning of the stream. I was like, there's going to be somebody here for the first time. Sure. I released one earlier. I reviewed The Car from 1977. That's the latest review. You can check that out. I also do Drunken Terry's. Horror movie commentary where I get wasted. A lot like this. Hellraiser Revelations. Did they release that yet? Is that out? I remember them promoting for that a long time ago, and it looked like pretty bad. No problem. Elver, thanks for watching. Hard Dick's out the door. Oh yeah, I do franchise reviews. So I've reviewed a bunch of horror franchises where where I talk about each movie. So go check those out. I don't know why. It's weird that somebody new just showed up to the live stream. Oh, you probably came from Horror Horse channel, huh? Because I was on her channel earlier. I was watching her stream. By the way, I'm sure everybody here is probably already subbed to Horror, but if you're not, you should go sub. Talks about horror. She does horror unboxings and stuff like that. She's awesome. She just had a kid though. So, we don't all have kind of like, we have to spare our time to do this. Miles, what's up, Miles? What up, E? Do a review on Student Bodies. Student Bodies. I don't know that I've seen Student Bodies. I might have. Avero says that a new Scream movie is probably going to come out today. What? Today? Scream. Is there any hope for that film franchise, Scream? What do you think? Or is that pretty burnt out on? Could horror get more meta than it like already has become? Because I don't think that it can, and I don't think that it should. I think horror has pushed the meta far enough for a little while. I mean, it can still be cool when they get it right. But I love the original Scream. I'll always back up Scream and Scream 4. 2 and 3 are just aight. They're aight. I find it weird that a lot of people in the horror community give Scream a hard time, the Scream franchise. But I don't know why. It's a celebration of horror and horror movies. You'd think it would be like they talk about horror throughout the whole movie. They know the trivia. It's pretty cool. Seems like it was made just for the fans. I don't know why people wouldn't dig it. But the formula of being meta and then constantly trying to take that to a new level with each fucking movie, it wears thin. So Scream could come back later. Sure. I felt like Hal Thompson just now. Felt like an expert. Scream could come back. It might come back. Nobody knows that reference, by the way, but I know it. I did see The Conjuring 2, Riley. It was pretty good. Still enjoyable. I liked the first one more, but the second one was cool. Total Lunatic just says, I know what you did last summer, and that's all they say. You know what I did last summer? What did I do? What did I do? Not a lot. I was taking a break from doing this last summer. Yeah. They're making more of those, aren't they? They're going to do a remake of I Know What You Did Last Summer or some shit. Didn't I hear that? Yeah. I didn't do shit last summer, pretty much. If there was a movie about my life called I Know What You Did Last Summer, it'd be this. It'd be a lot like this. Later on, Dino, thanks for joining me. I hope you had fun. I know I did. If anybody said so earlier, I didn't catch it. Let me know what you're drinking or smoking. If you've got anything. Don't tell me I'm the only one. Because I don't feel like a lush. I'm not the only one, right? I'm about to throw some Sabbath on here. No, I'm just kidding. Just crank it. You know what I'm pissed off about is that I was supposed to get a Megadeth album. It was supposed to come in the mail. And I think it got lost in the mail because I moved. So I never got my fucking Megadeth album. This has turned into like sad confessions. I'm eating a dirty Queen Blizzard. What does that mean? What is the fucking dirty Queen Blizzard? Or do I want to know? Because that sounds like it could be a sexual term. Like a dirty Sanchez. Elver's drinking water. Oh, going hard. Ricky's got an 8-ball. You guys. Seriously, I'm the only one here fucking smoking out and drinking. Time for another beer, speaking of. Time for another. Oh, the album was their latest one, Dystopia? Is that what it's called? I have it. I have it on my iPod, and I was supposed to have... No, I actually have the actual CD, too. But I was supposed to have the album. And somebody else got it, apparently. So I hope they're enjoying my fucking Megadeth album. You know what upsets me about that is that a lot of people are not into rock or metal. So whoever got it probably was like, okay, fuck this, and threw it in the trash. I remember one time, I used to have a fucking convertible Mustang. And I had the top down when I was at work or something one time. And people stole my CD collection. And it's like, it's just full of shit that you don't listen to, I'm sure. Why did you even look at what you were stealing? Why take it? You're into Pantera and Slipknot? Probably not. Why bother? I'm sure they tossed it out their truck after they stole it. And they realized, oh, it's just a bunch of metal. Anyway, another sad confession. Oh my god. I just keep getting sad about the loss of my music. No. Oh, Elver says, I stopped drinking 3.5 years ago and I haven't smoked, but I've inspired you to do so. Don't, you know, do what you got to do, but I'm enjoying I'm I'm not trying to force nobody to break their whatever you got going on. I'll have it enough for all of us. Yeah, like those I got another one. I had to restock my CDs after they got stolen. The classic thing where you flip your CDs. Remember that? I haven't had to do that in a long time. I still have them, but I haven't had to do that in a long time because now I just plug in my iPod. Still got my CDs though. Oh, Rick. Rick says 8 Ball is the name of the bud. Awesome. I got something called. It's actually it's a hybrid of a bunch of stuff. It's what was it? I can't remember. Rainbow something. My favorite Slipknot album is like the first one. Well, the first one that they're known for. I think it's self-titled or something. And then Iowa is awesome. Subliminal Verses is pretty cool. Riley's asking, did I ever get into the original Twilight Zone series? Not real deep, but I have seen them. I remember one summer they just played a lot of them. On TV, there was like a marathon, and I just sat and watched them for like days, Twilight Zones. But I'm no expert on them. Michael says, we're old fucks. Yeah. Sad Confessions is the real curse of the 4 fingers and a thumb. Michael says, I can only do classic rock. I love classic rock. What is your definition, by the way? Because I've come to find out different people have different versions of what classic means. To me, classic rock is rock from the 60s and 70s. But there's like 16-year-olds out there that think Nirvana is classic rock. And that's not a joke. That's a sad reality. Yeah, well, I fucking love 70s rock, but I have a very wide taste in music. I love music, so I couldn't imagine only listening to one kind myself. But anything rock with a rock and roll spirit, heavy metal spirit, I can dig. But I also like the blues, freaking punk, and funk. I love, and some hip hop. Iron Maiden, yeah. Awesome, everybody. What's up? Super Tomb says, I like groups like UFO, Thin Lizzy, Judas Priest, and Deep Purple. I love all those bands, especially Thin Lizzy and Judas Priest and Deep Purple. I don't know UFO that well. Ambrosia would be considered classic rock to me. I don't know what Ambrosia is. Favorite Hitchcock films? Asked Riley. Probably Rope. I think Rope is pretty good. Very impressed by Rope. And then all the beer's coming back up. I like Rope and Rear Window and Psycho and all the classics. I watched Birds recently and I felt like it wasn't, it was too empty. But maybe it was supposed to be. Isn't that the one? Yeah, it was immediately came out right after Psycho. Birds was, I could see the potential there, but I felt like it needed something, and it was often too quiet, which is usually something I like in a movie. Yeah, see, Riley says Rope is excellent. I was actually thinking I might eventually do a review about Rope. James Morris wants to know if I like Eraserhead. I haven't seen that in a long time, and I admire Eraserhead. I don't know if I would, if I'm somebody that really enjoys. I do like David Lynch though, but like, I don't know. I probably have to lean. I'd have to lean towards like I'd rather not watch it again. The Rain Song with some Bud is Heaven. Nice. Night Ranger. They did that one song. That one song. Yeah, David Lynch is a madman. I saw this. He in a documentary about him where he was like painting with meat on a canvas. So he like had a roast or something and some steaks and some pork chops, and he would like paint around it and like mold on it and like sculpt it. It was weird. David Lynch, yeah. Yeah, Robert's telling me I should check out Get Out. I know. I'm probably gonna go see it tomorrow. I hope. We'll see. I hope. I know. I gotta see it. Everybody's telling me. I know. I wanted to see it last night, but I was tired. I didn't go last night. I'm not an expert on Scorsese. I did watch Taxi Driver recently. Again, I hadn't seen it in a while. It was pretty good. But I really like The Wolf of Wall Street. That movie is great. I don't know a lot of his other work, so I've seen some, but I don't know. Hot dogs are okay for lips and assholes. Mm-hmm. The Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox. I don't think I've seen that. But wasn't there Joan Jett or somebody was in that with him? I think that happened. Callum Welsh, sorry if I get that wrong, is asking who my favorite actor is. I never really thought about it. I don't think. I don't know if I have a favorite actor. But there's some people that I think are interesting, like Parker Posey has a really interesting acting style that I like. She's pretty natural. And Rosario Dawson. But like, I don't think I have a favorite actor. I never thought of it. I was thinking of seeing the slasher Final Exam. Any thoughts? Yeah, we watched that recently. We watched Final Exam like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Here when we did a Death Twitch movie thing, and it was okay. It was just okay. It's just okay. I've seen In the Mouth of Madness, of course. That movie is awesome, but like it's whack. Maybe like man, that might have been John Carpenter's final hurrah, as it were. Because he really was not doing well for himself in the 90s. Michael says Rosario Dawson strikes me as a chick that would smoke up all of your weed. And I think that's probably the case. Probably the case. You know what? I don't... Nightmares. I don't think I have seen Nightmares. From the 80s, though, isn't it? I should review Chud. I'll get around to it in about a year. Make it a year and 9.5 months. I'll review Chud. Nightmare. So I think I've seen it around. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to chickity check it. Uh-oh, that's not what I meant. Total Lunatic says the hot dog thing was a reference to The Happening, which I've never seen any of them, because I think there's more than one movie called Happening, The Happening, but yeah, I've never seen that one. Because, like, I never really had any faith in M. Night Shyamalan, except that Unbreakable was pretty good. I like Unbreakable. And people say that Split is decent, so, and I haven't gotten around to seeing it yet. That was a clean hit. Damn right. Yeah, I wasn't really a Bill Paxton fan, but I know that he's been in some quality shit. So, 61 is probably too young, I think, to be passing. What do you guys think of The People Under the Stairs? I think that's Death Twitch quality. That's... Michael actually wants me to put on Black Sabbath. The Room is a fucking classic. You know what? I couldn't even make it all the way through The Room. I didn't make it all the way through. It was so boring. It was so uncomfortable and boring. But I've seen a lot of the clips. Yeah, and Unbreakable was pretty good. Yeah, man, Elver says that M. Night Shyamalan is involved in the new Tales from the Crypt, and I have been nervous about that as well. I have also been nervous about that. Whatever. The People Under the Stairs is a fucking comedy, actually. It's Wes Craven at his comedic best, I think. It's very funny. Interesting concept, but I don't think that... You know what? I think Wes Craven... I always said this about him. Look, fucking guy changed horror like 3 decades in a row. But he swung at everything. and that's why he got so many home runs, but he still missed a lot. Like, there was a lot of misses. And I think that he didn't know he was making silly movies sometimes, like with Shocker. It's so fucking goofy. Shocker is goofy. But I think that he thought he was making a legitimate horror movie. So is The People Under the Stairs is goofy, but I like it. Probably the new Tales from the Crypt is likely gonna be out this year. Michael says, what, Wes Craven? Do you mean Wes Craven did porn? I didn't know that. I knew he was an English teacher. By porn, do you mean Last House on the Left? The Lawnmower Man series. You're the only person besides me that knows that was a thing. So I'm going to go take a piss. I'll be right back. Entertain yourselves. Okay, sorry about that. You know, I'm not wearing a diaper. I had to be done. What did I miss? First one was my jam for a little while, but the second Lawnmower Man was retarded. They really made more than one. I thought you were talking about... Didn't they make a TV series? I remember when the first Lawnmower Man came out and was made such a big deal out of because of those awesome graphics. Because, the use of computer graphics in the movies was still relatively new. So, I remember it was I think it was on the cover of Fangoria when it came out. The actor Dave Farley, he was a Lawnmower Man, and he was also in Psycho 3. So when I reviewed Psycho 3, I wound up seeing a lot of Lawnmower Man clips when I was searching for assets. I don't know if I really want to revisit, though, Lawnmower Man. Yeah, that's hella bright over there, huh? Look. Kind of smoky in here, too. A little smoky. Did I ever see Leviathan? Yeah, but probably not since 1989. I remember liking it back in the day. Back when Leviathan and Deep Star 6 came out. Because they always release similar movies, two at the same time. It's a way of splitting society. It's a divide and conquer tactic. Never mind that. Never mind Eric's conspiracy talk. But yeah. I remember Leviathan vaguely. But was it Sean Cunningham? Did he do that one? Or was it Deep Star 6? One of those. Ooh. Christ Rape says, "What's up, Eric?" What up, Christ? Are you in metal band? Is that your name? Because that would be a great metal fucking name. Like Burn the Priest, Christ Rape. There was that one movie. By Mike Judge. Extraction, I think, where one of the guys is in a band called God's Cock. I think that was the name of it. Yeah, my band's called God's Cock. Oh yeah, Super Tomb says he or she enjoyed. Sorry, I don't know. Psycho 3 and thought it was underrated. I thought so as well. I never saw Brain Scan. But I remember I saw it advertised a ton. With Edward Furlong, correct? It's never too late. I can still see Brain Scan eventually. But I haven't seen it yet. It just never appealed to me, so I never watched it. But I've heard people say that they like it. And I think it's got somewhat of a cult status. There's the metal band Anal Cunt is a real band. I used to have one of their CDs. Okay, I'll watch Brain Scan at some point. I'm sure I will get a kick out of it. I'm sure. It's like, what, 20-something years later? You know what? I don't think I finished Cannibal Holocaust because I can't chill with that real death and when they hurt animals. No, that ruins my buzz personally. I don't get off on it. I guess some people do. But interesting story. What happens to metalheads when they age? Yeah, they become bikers. At some point, you just get a Harley, and you're a part of an old biker gang, and I think that's what happens. I grew up where I grew up. We have so many bars in one area. It's called Whiskey Row, and every summer, because we have great fucking weather, or we did. Well, I'm talking like I still live there. All the like hundreds of bikers would ride up to our town and just invade the town. Just, boom, on the fucking bar scene there. And I think that's what happens to metalheads when they get older. You just get like, once you turn like 50, they give you a Harley and a leather jacket. They're like, you're a part of this gang here. Adam Morris is asking, how long will you live to be? Oh, wait. No, that's not what his question was. How long will you be alive? That's a vastly different question. Let me answer both of those. Let's see. How long will I live to be? I suspect I'll probably live to be way too old. I'll be over the hundreds. I'll be in the fucking triple digits, wanting to die. But how long will I be alive? I don't know. 20 minutes, maybe. If you guys have good questions, I'll stick around and answer them. Once your questions suck, I'll leave. I'll put it on you. It's all on you now. Have I ever listened to Budgie? I have to say a no on that one. I don't know what that means. What is Budgie? Trickster is all kinds of metal. Trickster. All right. I'm sorry I laughed at that. Sorry. You guys enjoying your water and your apple juice or whatever it is you guys are drinking out there? I hope so. All right, let's talk about horror. Come on. Or we can talk about music too. That's fine with me. Budgie is a Welsh metal band from the 70s. Okay, fuck yeah, I will check them out. But I need to write it down. You should leave it in a comment on one of my videos, okay? That'll remind me. Say, dude, listen to Budgie, Bugie, whatever it is. I have seen The Descent, Total Lunatic, and that's a great movie. I have not seen the sequel, though, but I've heard it's also pretty good. So I'll get around to it eventually. I'll get around to these things eventually. The Descent was great. I liked it. Oh, Robert Welver was talking about Trickster. Okay, from Brain Scan. Gotcha. He's the antagonist, I assume. But I thought you were talking about Trickster. Isn't that like a 80s band? I thought we were talking about music. I was like, Trickster rocks. Okay. Oh, excuse you. Any word on the new Leatherface movie? It's another prequel. I think it's like when he's like 13 or something like that. So, you know, Leatherface going through puberty. Whatever. That's really all I have to say about that. James Morris wants to know what the next Drunken is going to be. I have not thought about it. I don't know. I have not thought about it. I've been thinking about what I'm going to review next, which I won't tell you guys, because that would be lame. Like, why would you want to know? Have it ruined. That's the way I see it. But, yeah, I don't know what I would do a Drunken Terry on next. Sorry, I was adjusting my slipper. The sea, you'll get it when you see it. Okay, cool. Prequel. Yeah, the next Leatherface is a prequel. I don't know, man. I don't know why we're doing the prequel. They don't know what to do with themselves anymore. Because they don't understand that they can make individualized stories with these characters and these franchises, and they don't need to make they don't necessarily need to make stories that span more than one movie, but they can do a horror cinematic universe. If they want to pre-plan, they should go for that. But they don't have to have a story that links up. They can have, I think they can have contained stories about Leatherface that don't have to necessarily be a storyline throughout all the movies. I think they can have contained stories about Jason and Crystal Lake. I think it can be done. They just don't understand how to do that. So they're like, let's remake it? We'll remake it. And then they remake the movies and they're like, now what? Prequel. Prequel time again. Let's see. What do we got here? Yeah. Let's see, Robert. Well, how about the new Halloween remake that even John Carpenter is stoked for, apparently? Okay, well, let's talk. Yeah, let's talk for a sec. So I'm gonna miss some of your comments. Hold up a minute. Talk about the new Halloween. Let's talk about that for a minute, because what they've laid out for us sounds like they're on the right track. They're like, let's keep it a limited, lower budget movie. Let's not get carried away like they did over at Paramount with the latest Friday the 13th debacle. They wanted a $25 million budget for that thing or whatever. No, that's not necessary. But yeah, so Blumhouse, and they announced that, okay, we're going to keep the budget low, and I think that's good, because then it forces you to be creative telling your story, because you can't necessarily just get absolutely everything exactly the way it's just supposed to be. You might have to get creative about it. They had to do that in the original Halloween. It just comes with the territory. So that sounds like a step in the right direction. They want John Carpenter to produce, and they kind of like, they're trying to pressure him to do the soundtrack, and I hope he does, because he's hot right now. I guess that's why they're pressuring him. He's hot with his music career, whatnot, because he's been on tour for his albums. So that would be great too if they got John to do the score again, and it had a low budget feel with John Carpenter on the keys. Could be good. Fingers crossed, but they need to get it going. Total Lunatic says Texas Chainsaw: The Next Generation is a horrible movie. I like it, and I enjoy it, but it's just what it is. Like, there's people that like Texas Chainsaw 2, and I don't like Texas Chainsaw 2. I've seen it a bunch of times. It never will really grow on me. I don't like it. I know a lot of people do. But I can't explain why I don't like Texas Chainsaw 2 and I like The Next Generation. I guess I'm just weird. That's all I can ever say every time. I don't know why. I'm just weird. Adam says that John Carpenter is his favorite filmmaker, and yeah, man, he was good. He was the best. He was in top form in his time. 70s, 80s, up through the mid 90s. Now he's still rocking it. Like I said, fucking performs on tour now, so that's just great. That's awesome. I like Texas Chainsaw 3, also called Leatherface. It's fine. I enjoy it. It's definitely I enjoy it more than 2, and I know people love 2. It's really weird. It just rubs me the wrong way. I have more beer, but I have Coors. Is what I have left after I finish off this Sam Adams. Coors. Oh, They Live is pretty fantastic. I love that movie. I don't know if it qualifies as horror. You know? I'm not sure if it qualifies as horror for me to review it, but I probably will anyway, at some point. You know what, though? The reason why I have... I think I mentioned this one time. The reason why I hesitate to review They Live is because I've studied conspiracy theories for over 20 years, so I believe a lot of that movie is true, and it would just be like right in the middle of the review, I would just go off, Illuminati's real, oh my god, they're taking over, and it's true. It's true. Nobody gives a fuck. That's why they keep the stories going. That's why movies are always getting released, even if it's a shitty reboot. They got to keep the stories going. It's what keeps people distracted. If the story's stopped, I'm just saying. See, it's already starting. This is why I hesitate to review They Live. I don't know about lizard people, but I know rich people are real, and rich people maybe have a plan. Just saying. It can be as simple as that. No, not necessarily that all rich people are evil. I'm not saying that. But I think that you can be so fucking rich that it just all becomes a game to you. Do I have a favorite conspiracy theory? A favorite? I don't know how to answer that. Usually conspiracy theories are bad, so I don't want any of them to be true, even though a lot of them are. My favorite, I guess, Flat Earth. Flat Earth is my favorite. Yeah, no, my whole review of They Live it was turned into me like this whole wall will be taken up with like pictures and maps, and I'll have like strings and like lines like, I see this is connected to that. They're all in with the Rothschilds. Rich people are usually evil. Yeah, man, especially those. It's the 1%ers. It's those people. It's those 1%ers that think it's a game. And they fucking feel like they're playing some kind of chess with the whole world, which is a real thing, by the way. And I know a lot of people are just like, nah. Anyway. Yeah, oh yeah, the Mandela effect. There you go. That's a good one. That's a very, very interesting one. What do you guys think of the Mandela effect? Oak says you should review music you love. You know, back when I had my other channel, I used to have another channel called Air Explanation. I talked about all these things, and I did talk about music. I had like a whole podcast about music. So the Mandela effect, yeah, I discovered that through the Berenstain Bears, and it was with an E. Anyway, from what I remember. And then, you know, a bunch of others after a lot of them. The Ed McMahon one is weird that I found out recently. That Ed McMahon was never a part of Publishers Clearinghouse. He was a part of American Family Promotions or something that I never heard of before. But I forgot. We were talking about the Mandela effect. Yeah, and Ed McMahon. I remember him being a part of Publishers Clearinghouse. I remember it, but whatever. James says I discovered the Mandela effect with the Sinbad Genie movie. That one I can go either way on, because I really didn't pay attention too much. I don't remember that one. I remember JFK's car being a 4-seater and not a 6-seater. That's what I remember. As somebody that's into conspiracy theories and would have watched the Zapruder film. Yeah. Venom. By Venom you mean the thrash band, I hope? Yes. There is a movie called Venom. It's not that good. Venom's great. Oh, Michael Thomas is Googling the Mandela effect. Well, have fun with that. You know what? The biggest, well, not necessarily the biggest, but one of the ones that bothers me the most is the Kit Kat. Kit Kat never had a dash between Kit and Kat, apparently, in our world. But I remember Kit dash Kat, as in give me a break. Like there was a break between the words. But that's what I remember. I guess it never was. It never was reality. No Adam Morris, no word on a Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. That's how it has to be said. It's a reboot. I think they gave up on that one. Because it's the whole deal is like, who the is going to play Freddy? They're not going to get Jackie Earl Haley back. I know that much. I think they could invent a new dream demon. A new dream demon. We could just get a whole new dream demon. Because you can't. Because who else can be Freddy but Robert Englund? Why would you want? And I'm sorry to diss Jackie Earl. He did fine, but I mean, one guy played the same character for like so long. What's up, Queen Bee? Welcome to it. I've been going for a while. Pushing Positivity says, hey, Eric, with the C is correct. What's your favorite beer? The next one. This one right here. My favorite beer is Liquid Amber Ale that can only be you can only get it in Arizona, where I'm from. But other than that, I like Shock Top, Heineken, and stuff like I forgot the name of it. Stella Artois and Shinerbach and Killian's Irish Red is alright. I'm drinking Sam Adams right now, which is pretty good, and Michelob Amberbach is really tasty. Dream Demon. Well, that's what Freddy was. Freddy was a dream demon, right? What are you guys up to, the new peeps that showed up? You missed our radio show. I'll play some Sabbath like as I leave. I'll play you guys a Sabbath as I go. What do you think of that? Before I take off. I'm just going to be pretty soon. The new dream demon should have been his daughter. Yeah. See, that's kind of what I was saying too. I was like, we could have had a new dream demon that could have been female. Why not? If you're gonna, like, you can't redo Freddy Krueger. Although I suspect they'll try to redo him with CGI, and I think that was mentioned. That's probably what they've been working on. Positivity, if you want to tell everybody your idea, if you're not afraid of people stealing your idea, have at it. Michael says, I know if I get approached by flaming dream sperm, I'm not going to fuck around. That's true. Flaming dream, but they'll give you eternal life. Who farted? Says, have you heard of the band Uncle Acid and the Deadbeats? I have now. I love the name. What kind of music do they make? Eric, do you think that it could be like the 007 series and have a new person play the part? Well, they tried that. Like I said, I think they should create new characters, new dream demons if they want to try to continue. I don't know, but like I said, they're trying to push the CG aspect, like so they can recreate Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger with CGI. You know, That's Hollywood. Hollywood. Yeah, Freddy could appear as anything technically, but still, I think that character is done. Unless Robert England is gonna come back and give us more, because I'll take more, and I think he can do it. That's the way I feel. I think Robert can do it, and if not, then that character should be retired. And maybe the series, but not necessarily the series. I think the idea can continue. There's too many possibilities inherent in the idea of a dream world, but I think we would have to retire the character. Just use a Robert England mask. I heard somebody petitioning to have Robert England be Dr. Loomis in the next Halloween movie. That's what I heard. Somebody wants that, which could work. He played a Dr. Loomis character in Behind the Mask. Doc Halloran, I think was his name. Oak says I should get a Michael Myers mask. I used to have some. I used to have Michael Myers masks. Not right now. I lost them. Stalking people. They got blood all over them. Here's a good question. A funny question. Who do you think would be the worst Freddy? Like Gilbert Godfrey? That would be the worst Freddy that I can imagine. But you know what? The best Freddy would be like Christopher Walken. Or Nicolas Cage. Bringing it back full circle to the cage. Yeah. Can you imagine like Christian Slater as Freddy Krueger? That would suck. Andy Dick as Freddy Krueger would be pretty bad, yes. I agree with you there. Nicolas Cage, if they, you know what? If they announced right now, next movie, Nightmare on Elm Street, starring Nicolas Cage as Freddy Krueger, I would be probably on board with that. I'd be like, I am interested in seeing this. I don't want to see A Nightmare on Elm Street with Andy Dick, though. I'll pass on that one. Black Freddy Krueger. They think they did that in a spoof movie. They did I think they did a rapping black version of Freddy Krueger. Seriously. Getting it all set to go. Freddy rapped with the Fat Boys. Are you ready for Freddy? Have you heard that one? I don't know if I have. If I've done that. Probably. Play NIB. I don't have that one. I don't have that one on record. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. But I'm not going to play that one. So there you go. James says Eric looks whacked out. Yeah, I've been drinking since 11 a.m. Keeping it real. I've been working, though, since 8. Later, Adam, people are dropping out. It's about bedtime. Well, not necessarily. It's not bedtime. I'm not going to bed, but I'm going to be dropping out myself here in a minute. My favorite strain? That's a good question. I had some really bomb bubble gum one time. I still have some seeds for. It was really tasty. I'm passing out. I've been doing a stream for 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna go soon. But I did my best, mofos. Yeah, I'm faded, okay? Okay. You motherfuckers over there drinking your waters and whatever. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But I do want to hear this. So I'm going to get it going. And then I'm out. Oh, Michael fell down the Mandela effect rabbit hole. Yeah, you'll be up all night with that one. What? Rick Raleigh is asking if my PayPal account is still active. I believe it is. I'm not taking requests, sorry. It's not that kind of show. Okay. So, it was hella awesome for you guys to stop by and listen to that craziness with me and hang out. And I'm faded, so I'm going to go and listen to this and then probably have one more beer and pass out. You know what this song is about? Good night, James. I'm sure I'll get a strike for this. No, Oak. I believe that's on Masters of Reality. Hybrids. I like hybrids, but I'll take I'll take an indica. I'm ready to relax. Fuck yeah. I need another beer. Just sit here and be high. Just keeps walking. I've been learning some Sabbath lately on my guitar. Later, Super Tunes. Thank you, Positive, for saying such positive things. Very nice of you. All right. That was a blast. Oh, thanks for sticking around. I'm out. You guys go get some rest. And I'll see you another time. Oh yeah, I gotta figure out how to stop this. Okay. Later, dudes and dudettes.